Oh, welcome back! You're just in time. Some of your favorites are already here. So grab yourself a chair, and I'll get you a nice fresh pint of Warcraft Brew.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Warcraft Brew. This is episode number 24. My name is Quissy.
And I'm Pasta Face.
And wow, it's been a heck of a past 2 weeks. In our last episode, if I had said, what would happen the next 2 weeks, would you ever remotely guess what has gone on in the gaming world in the past 2 weeks?
I'm exhausted, dude. I'm so exhausted.
I'm exhausted too. It was a very draining past couple weeks. As you guys are aware, there are a lot of sexual assault allegations coming out, and primarily focused in the gaming world, and just people left and right have just been canceled due to past behavior. I mean, rightfully so, right? I guess the big news would be the collapse of Method, right? Would you describe that as the collapse of Method? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it imploded.
Yeah, within 2 or 3 days. It happened so quickly. So that's just everything that's gone on has been very overwhelming. So we apologize if this isn't going to be a very long episode. We're trying to catch up on everything ourselves. And at this rate, the way that the news is coming out is just there's something new every half hour or so. We're gonna try our best to keep up to keep the content relevant and up to date. Yeah, anything to add for this intro, or do you want to just get right into it?
I'm just gonna drink some kombucha right now.
Yeah. We're having some kombucha today, so yeah.
I need a cleanse after all that. That was just nuts. And I mean, it had to happen. This was a movement that had to happen. I'm very happy it finally did, but still the accounts of what exactly went on, and if someone into depth, it was just absolutely disgusting behavior.
Heavy stuff. Yeah.
So it really is. The only word I could use to describe it is just draining. It is very upsetting that this stuff. These accounts happened, but at the same point too, I'm glad that we are growing as a community where we can finally hear these allegations and finally move forward with them, as opposed to it just being brushed under the rug.
Right, which is the reason why certain organizations and people, I guess, have imploded themselves. But yeah, at the very least, I think it's definitely raising awareness that this is common, this is true. Believe these stories. I hate to see if any of them were fabricated or false, just for clout or for to destroy somebody's reputation. That would be really unfortunate. But many of these accounts, just believe what people have to say. Listen to them, and I guess formulate your own opinion. I guess that contradicts believing people, but formulate your own opinion and be open-minded about it.
My biggest thing nowadays is educating yourself.
Yeah.
Make sure you are in charge of your own opinion. It is your responsibility to educate yourself on certain topics, and make sure you're entirely up to date as to what happened, why people feel a certain way, and why people are reacting a certain way. I kind of call this year the growing pains of just society. Things need to change. There are a lot of movements that require change, and we're really just seeing it now more than ever.
Yeah, this is a year of change if you think about it. Despite, a lot of people say this is the worst year, it's so terrible, but if you think about it that way, yeah, you could say it's a year of change and transition, and change and transitions aren't always easy. And you just have to roll with the punches, adapt, and learn from it.
Right.
As you said. So anyway,
So let's get into let's start with the happier news, and then we'll just dive into a little bit more serious news.
well, let's talk about some World of Warcraft classic. I'm pointing at my shirt, okay? Actually, yeah, Pasta got me this shirt from the Blizzard shop. We were looking at the merch and whatnot, and
There was a sale, right?
yeah, and we're like, wait a minute, do I not have a classic T-shirt? Like, how did we go this long without me not having just the simple classic logo T-shirt? I don't know.
Well, we had the hoodies for
We
a
have
really
the hoodies,
long time.
yeah, but they're
and
really heavy, so
They are. They're made of really thick, heavy material, but it is too hot to
it's
function
big.
right now.
Yeah, it's good in the winter. Mm-hmm. But
Oh, yeah.
the traditional classic T-shirt, I love it.
Gotta rep in the summer.
Wear it every day. So yeah, if you see me streaming and I'm wearing the shirt all the time, now you know why. I love it. So thank you.
Of course. I got myself some basketball shorts, which
Yeah.
I don't know if I could stand up and show you guys right now. I got the Alliance basketball shorts. So
You've just been vegging out in them
Yeah.
all weekend.
I think I've been wearing them for I don't know. I rarely take them off.
They look really comfy, so
They are. I
Why
really
not?
recommend it. Yeah.
why not? So let's get into classic, like I said. So as you guys know, we have a horde guild. It's called Chill on the server Azure Song. On Friday, we wanted to do something fun. Friday's usually a fun day. So you came up with this idea actually to do a fishing Friday. So we posted the event, I think a couple days before, on Wednesday, and we're like, hey, this Friday we want to do a guild fishing event. You don't need any fishing skill to start, which I didn't have any. So it was a good way to encourage people at various skill levels to participate in the event. So I didn't really know what to expect. I thought it was going to be maybe me, you, and Bobby, and maybe Karg or something.
I thought 2 or 3 other people,
Yeah.
but my whole mentality of
which still would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just wanted a little fun break activity, just a breather activity, because last week
Yeah.
was just intense.
Very intense, very heavy. So we wanted something very lighthearted and fun. So, gosh, I don't even know how many people showed up. Maybe 15 to 20 people showed up, and we all found that little fishing spot in Orgrimmar where the fishing trainer is, and we spent 2 hours there. It was great seeing the whole guild just gathered around the one dock, and you had to make sure you had your eye on the right bobber. Usually I use audio cues when I'm fishing. Just to if I'm multitasking, then I hear the noise and then I click.
Right.
But when there's 18 other people around you fishing, there's a lot of noise going around.
Right, and then trying to look at chat too at the same time, because I'm more visual than audio.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
just
yeah, me
I have
too.
to watch the bobber.
Oh, okay.
If my eyes are just constantly bouncing back and forth between chat, that was tough.
Yeah, so we were live streaming it, and we just had a blast with the chat. We did a couple of T-shirt giveaways, and I was surprised how many people stuck around and watched. We were just shooting the shit, fishing.
Yeah.
We talked about anything from the Healan games in Scotland to TV shows and
Yeah.
movies. What else were we talking about? I don't even remember.
We were talking about the Ren
The
Fair
Ren
too.
Fair. Yeah, that was a big one.
It was just really cute.
It was really cute. So thank you to everybody who joined and participated. And we do plan to have more Friday events. I think every Friday we should do something fun.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be
absolutely.
fishing, but somebody sent me a trivia app in Twitch.
Oh.
So I don't know. I might mess around with that. I have some trivia questions that I made up myself.
Oh,
So I
hell
might.
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, join us on the Horde side. Like I said, any level you can join us on my Discord. The link is in the YouTube description below. You can join the Discord, and that's where we keep everybody up to date with events and what's happening. So hell yeah, fishing is fun.
Hell yeah. and I mean, just to add in, just thank you all for being so positive during the event. It was a really nice palate cleanser,
Yes.
in light of recent events. So I know I can speak for myself. I was getting really bogged down, and that lifted my spirits in a bit. So
It really did, yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for, a lot of people said they had a blast and they had a great time, but we truly did as well.
yeah.
and it helped us a lot too mentally. So thank you. In other news, today actually, we received word that Ahn'Qiraj, the Ahn'Qiraj event, is going to begin on July 28th, or 29th, depending on where you live in the world. But basically that reset day for you, like I said, depending where you live. So what does that mean? That doesn't mean that AQ20 and AQ40 will be available that day. It means it's the start of the war effort.
That's so cool.
And the Scepter of the Shifting Sands quest line. So that quest liner, if you're familiar with it, it's basically one character has to go through hell and back, and then at the end they receive the scepter to ring the gong, to proceed with the gate opening and whatnot. But we also have to complete the Ahn'Qiraj war effort too, which is like a plethora of supplies and like materials, herbs, and ore, and like all these trading. It's like unbelievable how many materials are required to complete this war effort. So,
is Chill gonna participate, or is that not Chill?
I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of linen cloth in our guild bank, so I don't know if that's a war material, but if so,
so much fish oil.
We have a lot of fish oil, yeah.
So many shiny scales, dude.
We have a lot of 6-slot bags, 6-slot linen bags, so hopefully... I actually think Peace Bloom is one of the war supplies, so that would
okay.
That would be something. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, whatever we have, we can contribute. It's gonna take forever on that server because it's so low pop.
But that's so cool, though.
Yeah, but on Fairlina too, I think people have. I'm guessing people have been gathering materials since the start, so. It'll be interesting to see how quickly Fairlina can like complete the war effort versus a server like Azersong.
It's gonna be like same day.
Same day. Just ring the gong like 24 hours. Well, the quest line is pretty detailed, but
it's gonna be same day.
Same day. It's gonna be fun to see who completes it and who gets their legendary mount, the black what's called the Black Qiraji Resonating Crystal, I think is what it's called, the legendary mount. So, that's a status symbol, and titles weren't brought to the game until BC, but they're still technically considered Scarab Lord. I think in BC when titles came, that's when they introduced that actual title, Scarab Lord. But the prestige of having the mount is pretty prestigious. You like my vocabulary there?
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what. We sip at the same time too.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Our show is called like Warcraft Brew, and we've never cheersed. I don't think we've ever cheersed before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, cheers, milady.
Milady. Milady.
Milady. So yeah, keep an eye out for AQ. That's about a month from now, from the time at which this is being recorded. So yeah, something to keep track of and see what's going on. At the past few podcasts, we've been talking about how there have been groups of 40 of like one class clearing Molten Core. Finally, 40 paladins did it. I think they used the PTR. Why wasn't I invited? What the heck? Like, I didn't even know this was happening. I would have joined. 40 paladins, like, who organized this? I don't think it was S-Fan.
Was he in it?
I don't think so. I feel like I would have known if he was in it, or like, any other paladins that I know. I feel like it wasn't any paladins that I knew. Otherwise, they would have told me. But still,
bunch of rogue paladins.
Yeah, like, I'm not surprised that 40 paladins could clear Molten Core, because you got the heal, you got the DPS, well, yeah, you got the DPS.
I was like, really?
The DPS was probably really bad.
You're not surprised about that, really?
And the tanks, so can you imagine, like, 30 ret pallies just wailing on all the bosses?
I cannot.
Having every blessing imaginable.
How long did that take?
I didn't check, but, I mean, you have each role, heal, DPS, tank, so
right.
Apparently druids did end up doing it as well, but not, like, the 40 boomkins could not, but 40 druids were able to do it. So if you have like one of each role, a tank, heal, and DPS, I think you're okay. But yeah, Boomkins, no.
Oof.
Well, next Pally raid, please let me know. When we do the Pally BWL, let me know, and I'll join. So PvP, moving on to PvP.
Take a sip for every time she says PvP. PvP.
Oh God. I'm just going through these bullet points. That's why I'm like blah 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 blah. The Warsong Gulch tournament's been going on. I think it's like having its growing pains. I saw the two hosts are Venruki and Zika, who are great. I love them both. I think they're doing a great job. But I saw some people like giving feedback on, I guess, just like the visuals of it. Like when you're watching the 10v10 going on in Warsong Gulch, like the nameplates are all the same color. So you can't really tell like who's attacking you or what. I mean, the viewer can't really tell who's like attacking. Like, oh, is this a mage hitting me or a warlock? You know, if you can't tell from their gear, obviously. But like the nameplates cover the characters, so I heard some feedback that was a little clunky. Other than that, I don't think there's been too much. You know, there was like a little drama with like one of somebody's hunter's pet had like the fire buff from the Midsummer event, and that's not allowed. So they had to redo the whole event.
Ooh, yikes.
The entire match. I was also reading up on this last night that I think there's a 35-minute limit. So whoever either has the most flag caps or kills wins after 35 minutes. So apparently some teams have just been turtling their base and farming honorable kills. And that's how they've been winning matches. So, like I said, it seems like there's a little bit of growing pains, but it's the first like official classic tournament of its kind with Blizzard. So you gotta take it with a grain of salt, right?
Yeah, I'm just excited Blizzard is finally doing an event like this. Great.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, God knows Method won't be holding them anymore.
Oh, jeez,
Is that too soon?
I don't know because there are some previous Method or former Method employees that really weren't aware of anything that was happening, so they were just kind of caught in the crossfire. And
absolutely. Method was really just funding it and you know, slapping on the sponsors and the and the prize money was great. You know, like we said in previous episodes, like the Method run tournaments were done really well. I think
absolutely. So I as a business, I don't know what their next move is going to be. Either they're just going to dissolve or just keep the name and hopefully have an HR department. But that's...
Anyway, well, speaking of things shutting down, Mixer shut down was that last week or the week before? I can't keep up with how quickly like news has been coming out.
Really? Mixer shut down?
What a surprise, right? Well, I think it's still up currently, but it is shutting down.
But they gained 0.02% over last year. Like how?
Oh, view time, 0.2% view time increase. Yeah. I don't know, man. So that was the big news. You know, what I feel bad for a lot of the Mixer streamers who found a home on Mixer and like built up their own communities. You know, that's got to be daunting to just be like, oh, you have to move now. It's like being forced out of your home.
And yeah, I heard the way some people found out was quite literally as they were streaming.
Yeah, can you imagine like somebody in the chat being like, hey, Mixer's shutting down? I'd be like, funny joke, you know? And then I'm like, wait, that could be real. Is this real?
Yeah.
And then more people are coming in, and then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know if they got like a notification or anything, but
I guess they didn't check their email. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess like there's gonna be an influx of Mixer streamers coming to Twitch. I guess their other options are YouTube.
There's always Facebook Gaming.
Or Facebook Gaming, yeah. So, you know, I wish those streamers good luck. It's not easy moving platforms, you know. I used to stream on YouTube Gaming before I moved to Twitch. And the move is not easy because not everybody will follow you over. Again, there are some growing pains associated with that. learning the ins and outs of the new platform and like the culture, because there is certainly a culture on Twitch and in Twitch chat, you know, with the emotes and certain phrases and what have you. So yeah, I mean, if you're a Mixer streamer and you want any, you know, tips or advice from me, you know, that's the least I could offer. You know, feel free to message me on Discord or Twitter. And yeah, I'd be happy to chat with you about like my experience moving from YouTube to Twitch and just maybe some ways I could help you out, hopefully.
That's sweet.
Thanks. Wow, is there any other like WoW related news? I mean, there's always alpha news.
There's so much Shadowland alpha content in terms of just customization.
Yeah.
It's just like it's too much to cover here. You personally either have to go on WOWHEAD, or if you do have access, you just have to go through it. Just so much has happened in terms of customization. I'm really excited for the Night Elf ones. Like they have Scar customizations now too. It's really sweet.
Yeah, that customization has been king, I feel like, with the updates, and like I feel like that's, I may have said this before, that's really what people seems like to attract most people's attention, like the customization. Like there could be articles on class balances and updates and changes, and people are like, oh cool, Night Elves have scars on their faces now. You know, like
that gets more hype.
That gets more hype. So,
you know, it had to happen. It's 2020. Like it just, we had to have more customization options per class other than just like 12 options. It's time. It's long overdue.
Did we get the boob slider yet?
No.
What about a butt slider? Is that a compromise?
Listen, boob slider or bust. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with
Pun
you.
intended.
I agree with you. You're pretty sharp with those. I don't know how I can't come up with like quick things like that. Like boob slider or bust? Who comes up with that quickly? Not me.
I just stand in front of the mirror and I'm just like,
when can I use this?
What can I say?
When can I?
Boob slider bust. Oh, great.
Yes, okay, put that in my pocket. I'm gonna use that later.
Got it. They're gonna be so. They're gonna laugh. It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be good. Oh lordy, I as a female would like to see a boob slider.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
And a butt slider. Like I think it's representation, right?
Like
we want to represent all facets of
jokes of
female anatomy,
right?
Yeah.
Right. All jokes of like preference aside.
Yeah.
Just like I turn to the side and it is just like a sheet of paper. Like that's just what it is. Like it looks like this when I turn to the side. There's just no definition. And quite frankly, I just want a character that represents that.
Exactly. You could go as big or as little as you want, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah.
She's on a roll today. I think it's the kombucha.
Ooh.
It's very refreshing though, because it's hot as heck in here.
It really is. Got a little booch. Got a little booch action right now. Some booch. Some booch.
And yes, we are sober, unless there's alcohol in here. I don't know.
It's so hot, I feel loopy. Have you ever gotten that?
Yeah.
Like it's just too hot to function.
I think that too.
It really is.
Oh gosh. So I don't know how much else we want to focus on all the drama that's been going on the past 2 weeks. You know, another thing is like Dr. Disrespect got banned on Twitch and nobody knows why.
We still don't know why.
And there's all these conspiracy theories coming out now, which has been like, it's been like such a circus. People like, oh yeah, posting anonymously on 4chan, like, I'm a Twitch employee and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, bro.
Like dude, it's 4chan, like, calm down.
Yeah, like, it's just been such a circus. And an emotional roller coaster too.
I feel like there needs to be more of a presence in terms of an HR department, a human resource department, especially in this gaming community. You know, I feel like in terms of Twitch and Discord, really it takes such a long time for them to show any sort of action on a case, that people often have to resort to social media to get attention.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying it is feeding into this cancel culture in a way of what I had a good friend call trial by social media. And it really is just kind of jumping on this, it's jumping on somebody's reputation. And I even had a discussion in terms of like, you know, it's just only your reputation. Really, what does that matter? At the end of the day, you know, you have your own brand, you have your own content, and that's that. Well, no, I would almost argue if you are a content creator, if you are in front of a camera, your reputation also is your business. So if someone is attacking you on social media, I feel like just everyone is exposed to that.
That's
whether
attack
it
to
be
your business,
exactly, whether it be true or false. This is you're just exposed. And I feel like just as a community, there really needs to be a better hierarchy in terms of reporting and taking action.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's really easy to poke at Twitch in terms of taking action, or like, you know, how quick or how slow they respond to some allegations, because they're in the spotlight. Everyone is watching Twitch. But I feel like something that's flown under the radar and something that really needs to be discussed is Discord. Discord has a lot of just, I like to call it has a lot of potential to harbor hate behind the scenes, and it really does. It does a great job at flying under the radar, and it almost protects a very, very negative community. And I feel like more people need to be discussing that, and it really is. It's time for that to stop. It's time to stop. Like,
So you're saying there's a lot of toxicity in certain Discord communities.
Absolutely.
So here's my question: where do you draw the line between freedom of speech and being ultra toxic to the point where this person should be reported for like hate conduct?
I mean, if you're making fun of the fact that somebody is gay,
yeah,
then
homophobia, racism, you know, even like sexist remarks. Yeah, that should not be tolerated. But then I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
Absolutely.
I've seen people say like, well, that's my right to free speech. So how could Discord draw the line there? Like protecting people's rights to free speech, but then also like, you know, where's the line? Like, no, this is hate speech. Like, and how do we assess that?
I mean, if it's blatant bullying,
yeah,
that's the biggest thing. And I mean,
bullying, yeah, I don't think bullying is tolerated. Yeah, it should be tolerated.
I mean,
making fun of somebody.
Absolutely.
You know.
And I feel like, again, because Discord has flown under the radar, because Twitch is just so prevalent and in your face, I feel like it almost has supported some communities that that allow bullying.
Yeah.
Just because of how someone looks, or how, you know, just how someone was born. It's really like, it's really not right, and it is present. It's present in this gaming community, and
oh, definitely.
It's kind of scary in a way to be a part of that, in terms of, you know, if you're a content creator, people are going to talk shit about you no matter what. But if someone is just making fun of you just for the way that you naturally are, and bullying you for the way that, for who you are, that's not okay. That's really not okay.
Yeah, I would argue that's like hate speech.
Absolutely.
You know? So.
And that's where I would draw the line.
And I do believe that's a bannable, or at least a suspendable offense. It should be.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. Whether, you know, not enough people are taking action, it's just there needs to be a quicker response. Is
so
what I'm saying.
That's the point, I guess.
Yeah, just bringing it all back.
Like these HR departments, or, you know, these departments that handle reports like these, I think they just need to be more present. Like you said, you hear countless stories on Twitch of like, yes, I reported this person because they were, you know, being hateful towards me on my stream, or you know, bullying me or making fun of me, or blah blah blah. And then that's the end of it. You don't hear anything else. Now, I'm sure Twitch gets thousands of reports a day, and like having to filter through all of them can be pretty tough. So I guess our point is, how do we streamline that? How do we make it so they're more responsive and more reactive to situations like this? And because right now it seems like it just gets lost in the mix.
It just seems like I'm playing an IRL game of League of Legends. Like I could report someone to feel better about myself, but nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
So, or like even if I've witnessed something, I could report someone, but nothing is going to happen. So, like honestly, in terms of a business, I think as a culture too, these like human resource departments need more. They need more, just in order to keep up with the flow of things. Because they again, right, they do probably get like thousands upon hundreds and thousands of cases a day.
Yeah.
But if they can't keep up with that now, that's
it's only going to get worse.
Exactly.
They're getting an influx of people on Mixer now.
Yep.
So
it's just a bigger tell that they need to grow. They need more.
Yeah. And perfect example is Method. They did not have an HR department, and look what happened. And I feel like it's to run a business. I truly think that you gotta have somebody with business experience. My previous job, the owner, quote unquote, the business was given to him by his father. His father just, has a lot of money and was like, "Here, son, I'm going to buy you a business. Have fun, good luck." Son had no business experience and...
Did he even go to business school?
Did not go to business school. Had a degree in audio engineering. Completely different. But as a result, you could tell it was a shit show, and the business lost money every year, but the dad kept bailing him out, "Oh, you're $75,000 in debt?
Don't worry.
Here's $75,000.
I got my tax return."
Keep going. And it's like, what's the point? If the business is failing and your dad keeps bailing you out, what's the point to keep going? Clearly the business model is not working.
Right.
Suffice to say, I feel like I learned a lot about business being in that company, just because you've seen what not to do. You learn by what doesn't work.
You learn by example, yeah, absolutely. And that clearly didn't work.
And I was there for almost 7 years, so I learned a lot there. But we didn't have an HR department, and it was a shit show. The boss was just
there was a lot of
sociopath.
Yeah, there was a lot of inappropriate behavior that took place, and I feel like because of a lack of a presence from an HR department, that it just created an environment where it was just allowed to happen.
Especially if the boss is being inappropriate.
Right.
Who do I report that to? He would be the person to report those things to, but when that person's being inappropriate. Or the department
itself.
Yeah.
You go directly to the HR department in that case, but there is none, so then who do you go to?
Yeah, you can't go to the person who's being abusive towards you.
Yeah, it's just...
Hey, I'd like to file a formal complaint against you.
That just sounds like an Office skit.
I know, I know. It's terrible.
Not to laugh. But yeah, and just to wrap up my point, I mean, I do get very passionate about this, and I just want to make sure I'm coherent. I'm making a coherent thought, because I'm trying not to get very upset. But I think now is a time for change, and I think now especially is a time to, oh God, what's the term where there's a phrase that you just kind of throw in really quick just to try to make it okay, oh yep, boys will be...
Sugarcoat?
Yeah, you sugarcoat things in terms of oh yeah, boys will be boys, oh yep, men will always try, or oh yeah, she's a woman, of course she's gonna love drama, or they're gay, of course they're gonna be all about the drama. It's just, those phrases do need to stop.
Stereotype,
it is stereotyping. It's downplaying a situation.
I see
too.
what you mean. Yeah,
it's downplaying. Thank you.
Yeah, like boys will be boys. Like
exactly.
I see what you mean.
And a really good friend of ours did say, he pointed that out and said, like we really do have to kind of stop saying that, because that, again, it just downplays a situation.
Yeah, the severity.
Yeah, exactly. If someone is trying to come forward with an account and you just kind of swat it away, saying like, oh, yep, you're all about the drama, like...
Yeah, or like, oh, men do that, men are like that. It's like, how do we... That's how you begin to initiate change, right?
Right.
By speaking up against these actions and being like, no, that's not okay.
Absolutely. So, the only thing that I ask is that if you see something, if you are a part of a community, or if you are a part of a Discord where you do see some sort of inappropriate behavior, or if you have participated in it in the past, please take a step back, do yourself a favor, and educate yourself for once, because you might learn something. So please do your due diligence and just educate yourself on a topic.
For sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah, especially during Pride Month too.
Oh yeah.
Now's a great time more than ever.
Yeah. Cheers to that. All right, cool. Well, I guess that pretty much sums up our thoughts. Again, like we said, the past 2 weeks have been pretty heavy, and we didn't feel the need to make this a necessarily long episode. We shared our news and updates and all that, so I think that's, who knows what's going to happen this week. Jeez. So we'll see what happens, and hope for the best. Hope that change is in the process, and then things are going to get better in the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, something's got to give. This is definitely a growing pains year. Something has to change this year.
For sure. And it starts with you.
It starts with brew.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for this week's episode. Big shout out to Warcraft Radio, as again, we are part of the Warcraft Radio family. We just joined them, what was that? It's probably been about a month by now that we've been part of Warcraft Radio.
Very proud, yeah.
So we're super happy to be part of that family. We encourage you to go to warcraftradio.com/shows, and you can check out all the shows and podcasts featured on Warcraft Radio. You might find something that you're interested in. There's everything from like role-playing and lore to PvP focused podcasts with World of Warcraft, of course. So definitely check it out. And thank you guys. Thank you to everybody at Warcraft Radio for being awesome with us so far.
Hell yeah.
As always, please hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you enjoy this podcast. Big shout out to our patrons. Patreon patrons. Big shout out, like I said, a lot of this is possible thanks to you guys. Our most recent purchase, we got some blackout curtains. There's something else that I wanted to actually purchase for the podcast too, but I can't think of. Another light.
Yep, I was gonna say, we
yeah.
need at least 2 more lights, even though the one that we're using right now is like the light of God.
Yeah,
so
we
maybe
need 2
just
of them.
one.
But 2 total.
Yeah.
So thank you to all of our patrons. You know who you are. If you're interested in joining, that is patreon.com/Warcraft Brew.
Is there something in this kombucha?
There might be something in here. It's delicious. Patreon.com/war. Do I gotta make a blooper reel? Patreon.com/Warcraft Brew.
Hell yeah.
Join the team.
Hell yeah, dude.
We did a Patreon-only virtual happy hour last month, so we got to do one for this month
Hell
too.
Yeah. That was
so.
really sweet. That was another sweet occasion too.
It really was.
Yeah.
You guys are so much fun, and we love all you guys. We love hanging out with you guys.
Hell yeah.
So thank you. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support with the podcast as well. Please follow us on Twitter, on Twitch. Like I said, subscribe on YouTube. I'm Quissy TV on Twitch and Twitter.
And I'm the Pasta Face.
On Twitch and Twitter.
Yes. Hopefully I will stream again soon /TM. But yeah.
Send us memes, tweet at us, send us funny gifs, whatever. You know, we're always around. We're always checking. Join the Discord too and chat with us. And make a Horde character on Ezra Song too.
Join chill.
Join chill. Okay, I guess that's it. Have a great day, everybody. We really do hope you have a good week. And we'll see you next time.